And I want to welcome everyone that got here through the CNA community. And I'm going to dive in to share about the center and about Adam and Kate. But I think what I want to do in this moment is share about Zoom, this Zoom platform first, before I launch into more content. I will say that my name is Sarah Naon, and I'm the director of the center this year. And I'll get a little bit more into that. But all right, so like I said, I am Sarah Naon, and this is the Center for Non-Dual Awareness. So we're a nonprofit organization that Adam Chackfield founded. So really wonderful to have him on the call this morning. It was founded 7 years ago, and it's always and continues to be committed to humanity's realization of awakened non-dual consciousness and unconditional love. To do this, we support a growing community of those that are called to share and express this wisdom of awakened consciousness with others. And one of the ways we do that is through hosting online video gatherings such as these to share the work and cultivate community. So welcome everyone that's just finding this community. We're honored that you're here and very grateful for your dedication to your own awakening and our collective awakening. So like I said, Adam Chackfield is the founder of the Center for Non-Dual Awareness, and he is a heart-centered non-dual spiritual teacher. He's committed to supporting the world transforming infusion of awareness throughout our lives and relationships. After some profound openings, he left his job as a professor at age 33 to devote himself to spiritual exploration. In 2010, with Peter Fenner's encouragement and support, Adam started to work with groups and individuals. His teaching was then profoundly influenced by Jeannie Zandi's love-saturated transmission. Adam's deepening into the new paradigm of we-relating is now being inspired and supported by his immersion in Patricia Albert's Evolutionary Collective. Kate Foley has been his partner in this work, I think for almost the past year. They've been co-running on an online program of We Relating, and they both work one-on-one with people as well. Kate Foley is passionate about We Relating and supporting the embodiment of non-dual awareness. She draws from over a decade of experience working closely with heart and somatic-oriented non-dual teachers such as Adyashanti, Jeannie Zandi, Pamela Wilson, and Isaac Shapiro. Kate has trained with Jeannie Zandi in space holding for individuals and groups, and she's facilitated online retreat sharing groups for Isaac Shapiro, Pamela Wilson, and John Prendergast. Kate is currently offering a We Relating online course. She facilitates groups and in-person exploration groups through her work with Open Circle, where she's the online manager. And Kate also has a background in social work and Reiki and offers her own heart-centered awareness counseling. So, long introduction to it all, but I think it's well worth it. I am so stoked to be here with all of you. So stoked to be here with you, Adam and Kate. I'm really excited about this. So thank you so much for coming on this call and offering your time to all of us today. And I'm going to hand it over to one of you at this moment.
Thank you, Sarah.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you, everyone. We're just going to take a moment to drop in together. So, can you comfortable, eyes open, eyes closed. Yeah, just to all arrive here together. And I just want to invite you into this we consciousness. This kind of sense into your into your own being. Your own inner landscape. And just as we go through this, begin to sense into the other beings in the call.
It's really just allowing ourselves to open beyond self-concern, self-consciousness. Entering the shared field together.
Just feeling the support of that shared field, the benevolence.
Allowing yourselves to enter this, enter our experience as we're sharing here. The consciousness that we're sharing.
It's an invitation to begin to turn towards presence together.
And just allowing the whole being to open. Connecting at the deepest level. Just allowing everything to move through as it wants to.
Yeah, everything gets to be here. Everything gets to come rest in this field together. Or show up however it's showing up.
There's nothing we're not allowed to experience in this space, and there's no particular experience we're looking for. It's totally present to what's actually here. It's arising in this shared field.
Maybe take just a minute, another minute to breathe into your whole being. Letting yourself be breathed. And sensing that you're a part of something greater.
Just invite you to open your eyes. And if you're not on gallery view already, maybe just switch to that so you can open to all the people on this call.
Begin to perhaps sense into the different flavors that are here in the room, the virtual room. We're all here in this together.
Yeah, it's so beautiful that we're gathered like this. And this shared willingness to open to what wants to come through us. When we give ourselves to this we field, give ourselves to each other. And we'll be, as Sarah mentioned, doing some practices with partners. And what we'll do in these practices is really enter each other's experience fully. And then turn towards what's actually emerging in the shared field. So it's like what's alive right now, the particularity. And we're entering each other's experience at the deepest level. So it's not just sort of mental or emotional. It's like we're showing up as open space, as the flow of life. And then we're allowing ourselves to enter the open flow of each other. That we're becoming sort of one flow together. And it's a really natural movement. So it doesn't require a sort of doing or making something happen. It's really just allowing the conditioning to only self-reference to sort of drop away, or to reference the other out of self-concern. Like sometimes we go over and try to manage the other person's experience because we're trying to protect ourselves, or we think it means something about what we are. So this is just an invitation to let go of that self-referencing. It's like we're sort of mutually giving ourselves to the consciousness that wants to come through the space that we are together.
And the invitation in sitting together is there's a mutual intention to explore in this togetherness what arises, what's arising in the moment. What does this unique pairing of consciousness want to explore? Like what arises in the space between where there is no space between.
And during the practice, when we put you in a breakout room, the invitation is to go back and forth sharing what's arising right now, what's emerging in the shared space right now. And it can be anything. So it's like the invitation is to be so completely open and available to what's emerging. And we're just putting words to the truth of that experience. And it's often when we're sort of in a deep space, there can be a tendency to think, well, this is undescribable. There aren't any nameable objects here. So the invitation, rather than leaving the sort of deeper truth and coming up to object land where we can name things, it's rather to stay in the depth and then just allow language to be used very freely and evocatively to share what's arising. So we're using language in a different, we're like sort of training ourselves to use language in a different way. We don't have to leave the deeper truths of our experience to come back up to make sense, or only point to things that already have names. Instead, we're staying in the depth and just trusting that what we're sharing, even if it's not exactly describable, that what we're sharing is going to be communicated anyway. The communication is happening on many levels when we speak. It's far more than just text being exchanged.
And often when we enter this depth, we get to a place where there seem to be no words. There's silence, and the invitation is to, as Adam was saying, to speak from that depth, from that place, to let the words or the sounds or the images emerge from that place. It's a way to share and to keep in connection.
And we're really exploring here. It's like there's no particular experience you're supposed to have. It's just it's sort of like this possibility of entering shared consciousness together and seeing what arises. And we just are totally given to whatever shows up, moment to moment. So we don't need to be concerned about, like, am I doing it right? Is it happening the way it's supposed to happen? It's like, just keep bringing attention to what's actually arising right now.
Or to worry about whether it's happening for them, or if it's yours or theirs. It's all the shared consciousness. So just speak to what you're experiencing. And it can be a very different, you can be having expressions of a different experience, but it's turning towards each other and sharing that in openness, in unguardedness. And if guardedness is there, it's like whatever is there is welcome.
Yeah. Let's open to any questions you have before we go into the breakout rooms. I'll explain the technical details. But yeah, any questions that you have about the practice? Just raise your hand if you have any questions as well. Great. I mean, this is so something we learn by doing. It's so just the willingness to jump in and give ourselves to each other and to what's unfolding is really the invitation here.
And that it's an exploration.
Kate? Yeah. So Sarah's going to invite us all into breakout rooms. And if you're with someone already, you'll just be able to do the practice by yourselves. And the people who are on the call by themselves, individually, you'll be paired with someone. So you'll have the invitation to enter a breakout room. And you'll click join breakout room, and then you'll be paired with a particular individual. And when that happens, just you want to unmute yourselves, and you want to change the screen view to speaker view, so that you get the big screen as a person that you're doing this practice with. So, and the speaker view is up in top right-hand corner, and the mute button is the bottom left, the unmute button. And then you'll just you'll do the practice, so you'll just sort of drop into each other's experience, into the shared space together, and just share back and forth whatever's arising. Just allow that flow to happen and to unfold. And then you'll be automatically entered back into the main room here at the end of the time, and we'll do 8 minutes. A minute before the end, you'll get a box come up saying that you've got a minute left. Don't come back to the main room at that time. Just stay in your breakout room with your partner, and you'll automatically come back at the end of that minute. Are there any questions about the technical part?
I got a message that Vania raised her hand physically.
No, she didn't. No,
she did not. Okay. So I'm getting another question that I'm not feeling drawn to be in a breakout room. If I don't click yes, will the partner get with someone else? So I will not assign this person to one. Okay. Let's see. I have a question about the people on the phone, Adam.
Yeah. They hit *6 to unmute themselves.
Okay, so maybe put them with another phone person?
They can, I mean, either way. Yeah, I mean, maybe put them together, but it's fine if they're with someone on the video.
All right.
Yeah, you can totally do this practice over the phone. So
okay.
You have to be able to see the person.
Okay, great. So let me do that. And someone said I might not be able to stay till the end of the meeting. That's okay.
It's just an 8-minute practice, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a technical endeavor to put 50 people in breakout rooms.
Okay, let's see. So I'm trying to, once I've already added someone to the room, but how do I get them how do I move them out?
Maybe put them in their own room.
In their own room. There we go. Okay.
And if you have, if something's, if there's some problem in the breakout room, you can hit help, and somebody will come and join you in that room and see what you need there.
Right.
There's a help button in the breakout room.
Right. So we have an extra person now.
You mean we're odd?
We're odd, yeah.
Yeah. You could put me or Kate in with them.
Okay. Okay, Kate, I put you in there. Okay. Are we? Oh, wait. One woman said she'd also prefer not to be in the room, so then I can match up. That will work perfectly. And then,
Thank you for your patience with this. The opportunity to be with whatever's here.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Great. Are we ready?
Yep.
Oh, hold on. All right. Here we go. So it's telling me all the people that have joined. Oh, there's a new person. Not assigned.
So I just want to say for the folks that are doing it with a partner, if you want to turn off your video, if you want some privacy. Okay, great.
Did you not?
So just so you know, we can't hear you, and
Okay, there are two of us. We don't need a breakout room. Okay, Jamie Ritter does not need a breakout room. Okay, so that means I'm going to put Diane. Seems like, let's see, who's left on here? Do you see the person who asked for help, Adam? Or is that only me that can see that?
No, I don't see it, no.
Can I move you to the room that got asked for help? Okay.
Yep.
All right. I'm assuming Adam will disappear once I've done that. Okay, for everyone left, okay, I see where I can put two people together, so hold on here. Let's see, 8. All right, those of you that are left, Veronica, Melissa.
Share anything you realized in this this exploration we just did. Yeah, Julie, you have your hand up.
Hi. So why does it have to end? That was like so abrupt. Such a sweet experience. I was with Joan Diamond, and we were experiencing sort of like this physical alignment, non-alignment. It just I just love this we relating stuff. And I got to a place in that little time where we were sort of like shifting our postures around, and then it was like there's no such thing as not alignment, there's only alignment, and there's not even that. It's just like there's just being here somehow. It's hard to explain, but felt really good.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chris has his hand up.
I just wanted to say that Bobby and I just dropped in straight away, very directly, and it was a very beautiful, nourishing, spacious, open, warm, generous place. And so it definitely helps to do this with somebody who's a meditator and is in the practice. So it was very gracious. And I thank both Adam and Kate for the opportunity, as well as Sarah for the opportunity to do this. It's a very wonderful experience.
Yeah, thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Marty, did you have your hand up? Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I'm unmuted. I had a very unique experience because I have been doing some of the we relating on Zoom in the past, and I have never been in a situation where I couldn't see my partner who I was with in a breakout room, and yet my partner could see me. And so I found that I really dropped down in. I closed my eyes and I dropped down into, even deeper, and without eye contact, without the relating through the eye contact, it took it to a whole nother level. Another level really, where I really felt the changes in my own physical body as I was dropping down further into my own energy field and opening more and more and more. And it felt vulnerable in a way, and yet that was very welcome also. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with the group.
Yeah, thank you, Marty. Yeah, I mean, quite a few people prefer doing this by phone, so it's totally doable. Yeah, very, very powerful.
And it speaks to just how the energy field, you can really feel how it's amplified just by the intention of turning towards presence together, and how it all gets amplified. Even your own, what appears or feels like your own being.
Paul, you were asking to, let's unmute you.
Yes. I'm on speaker now? Oh yes, I'm speaking. Yes, I had a very great experience. It really tastes for more. In the beginning, it was very much like feeling into it. And it took a while to get aligned to it. And then it kind of get a little bit stable. And yeah, I had no overwhelm, which was very nice. And then I got curious, wow, how many possibilities are in this, how many unexplored things are here. So yeah.
So beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things about this exploration of we consciousness is the extraordinary possibility, the sort of magic and mystery that opens up when we do this together, when we explore consciousness together. Many of us are well practiced exploring it by ourselves, but it's like when we explore with each other inside each other's experience, it's a whole new range of possibilities opens up. It's like there's more complexity there's more possibility, there's more attunement, because we're able to attune through our partner as well as our own sort of practiced ways of attuning.
Yes, amazing. I also felt the whole time like the heart in my heart, like a dance in the heart. And it never goes out of the heart. So even when I got curious, I felt like another part of me wants to understand the mind more, but the heart stays. I think this is very strong, very strong. Very safe, it feels.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Joan, you have your hand up.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, I have the sense that my body, mind, psyche was using the awareness and the we field to to become more aligned, and it gave me the curiosity and that, you know, if I were to do this as a regular practice, the like the possibility of healing on a deep level would, like, that would be amplified. And so I'm sitting with some curiosity about, like, what would it mean, and what would it uh, result in if I were to do this practice, you know, day after day,
Mm.
and like what things would, like, get adjusted and resolved, and so that the truth could, you know, be more at the, you know, surface of my being.
Yeah, it's so powerful. I mean, so much of our suffering, it comes from separation. So to have this direct experience of being inside with someone or
Yeah.
with a group, and there's a way in which the places that we're sort of unconscious or are sort of undeveloped in us, it's like we gain access to some of those when we're in the place with someone.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's interesting that several people mentioned alignment. There's this sort of sense of balance, like we're sort of brought into balance and harmonized in the we space.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
And just to say too, it's like we're all, as Adam was saying, that we kind of balance. There's the balancing that happens. We're also bringing in information, or you know, there's something greater that we're connected to and tapping into, and we all have different access points to that. So it's like we all get to share when we come together those different access points. So there's just greater information that's available.
Ophelia, you have your hand raised.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's interesting. Practicing all this we relating, and then going back into the opposite of we relating, like just, I don't know, the real, like just going into life and kind of resuming the role that I play, and then feeling overwhelmed emotionally, everything, and then coming into this again today. It's like this pointer showing me this is the real one. This is the real one, you know? And I have to kind of laugh right now because I didn't want to participate today. I was feeling like a little, like really icky, and I didn't want to, you know? And I just went, okay, just go. And it just blasted all of that away because it's just so there. Like, you just immediately meet and everything falls away, and there's this beautiful interaction. And it's like it just wakes me up, gives me a little shake, like, come on. And then it shows me really what's true and what's available. And I just think it's so beautiful, and I'm so grateful for that, because yeah, it just feels like it's beautiful.
Thank you, Ophelia. Thank you so much.
And I just want to say that I love, you can enter the space in any mood or any, you don't have to be in a certain place to enter it.
Right. Like, that's what was so funny to me about it. It's like, I can see how I was in misery, you know, when I joined today, and then it's just, it got blasted away because that, it wasn't true. Like, this is more true than anything. Yeah.
So we'd like to do a longer version of this practice, and you know, there's a real benefit to, you know, doing this with different people, and you know, repetition. It's always unique, of course. And yeah, I just want to make space for anybody who has any questions, or you know, really felt like yeah, sort of lost, or I don't know, anything you'd like to ask about the practice before we go into a longer version with a new partner.
Hello, Adam? Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm on the phone and I didn't know how to raise my hand on the phone.
Perfect. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, my experience was that as the deepening happened in the field, I could feel my heart really open. I had some tears. Something was touching me in such a deep way and bringing up this enormous sense of gratitude. And then right at the end, there was a sense of wanting to invite more people into the field. And so then that's when we came back to include everybody that's on this call. And I can feel the beautiful inclusiveness, just moving out to be more and more inclusive.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. That's you know, Beatrice Brutto talks about this, how that our natural movement, the natural movement that wants to happen, is to give ourselves to each other, and come together in this way. And that when we do that, the natural movement of two people who come together like this is to open to a third. It feels like that's so true. It's like it's just like so inclusive. It's like we just want everyone to be included in this space, to be with us in this way.
Yes, and then how do I raise my hand from the phone?
You don't. Yeah, you just have to speak up like you did. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
You can try. Can you hear me?
Yes.
There is actually on the phone. If you press *9,
okay,
it should pop up for Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
And if that doesn't work, always feel free to unmute yourself.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Sarah, can we open the breakout rooms again? Are they ready to go?
They are ready to go. We do have one last question. Noah, I was wondering if you could briefly just clarify again what we're doing. I know I've needed that a few times. just say it again, what we're doing when we come together.
For sure. Yeah, so when you get with your partner, it's really like showing up as open space, and then entering the space that your partner is. So you're entering their depth in the same way. So you're both in this sort of shared space through which life is flowing, through which the universe is emerging. And really just being so open and available to whatever wants to unfold through you. Just totally willing to be in the truth of that. Be available to the truth of it. And then you just share back and forth. just allowing words to be, to sort of evoke, to speak to whatever's emerging, and not worrying about the fact that it's typically, indescribable in a sense, that the words are never quite what's happening, but just trusting that the sharing that's happening as we speak is happening anyway. Like there's a transmission that's happening that's not in the text.
Mm. Beautiful. Thanks, Adam. And someone okay. Well, I'm going to open all the rooms I've created and then troubleshoot from there.
Yeah, and let's do a 10-minute practice this time.
10-minute practice. Okay. So everyone's been invited at this point.
Did you want me to join a room, sir?
I think so. You wouldn't have needed to, but now someone has to go.
Okay.
So let me add you to the person that had to leave.
I think you already did.
Oh, he already left. Okay.
No.
George left.
Bye, George.
Yeah. He said, nice to
Lovely to
meet
see
you,
you.
but I have to go. So did I put George in the room? Pinar asked if she can join one as a listener. I'm not sure.
No.
I feel comfortable with that. Yeah. Sorry, Pinar, she can't take her phone off of mute. It won't unmute.
Star 6. Does she know star 6?
I hope so. Oh. Melissa, you've accidentally shared your screen with us. Let me see if I can undo it for you. Only if I had remote control. So Melissa, if you're there, if you could stop sharing your screen.
Great.
Wow, great.
Just so you know, Sarah, when someone does that, you can always